Hello everyone. So today I've got a really exciting book for you guys and we're going to use it to talk about something new. We're going to talk about the main idea of the story, why it's important, and how we can find it. Before we start, I've got a list of vocabulary words for you up here on my pretend board. So we're going to go over those real quick. We're going to ask some questions and then I'm going to read you guys our story. Okay, feel free to stop me if you guys have any questions. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Our very first vocabulary word is going to be the word topic. So when we talk about topic, that's the main theme of our story, and that's why it's important today. We're also going to talk about how we can identify our main idea, and that's not necessarily just underlining what's in the book. We're going to be drawing our own conclusions, and maybe we might come up with a different name for our topic by identifying different context clues in our text. Another one is the word gist. I don't know if we've talked about that word before, but the gist of the story is the most simplified way to explain the story. And that's basically what our main idea is. Also, some people like to talk about the main idea as the author's purpose. As we figure out how our story works, who wrote our story, why they wrote that story, it could help us when determining our main idea. Second is also the details of the story. So the details of the story are not the main idea, but that does not mean that they're not important. We can use those, and we're going to in our activity after we read our story. So our last vocabulary word is, of course, the main idea. The main idea of the story is about one sentence long, and it is usually something that you write yourself. In this case, we're going to be determining the main idea of this story. So you guys, as we read, are going to highlight parts of the book you think are important or that might help you find the main idea. And after that, we'll discuss it as a group. So let's go ahead and read our story. Our story is called Baxter the Educator. It is by Cheryl and Larry Batson. Provided in front of you guys is also your own copy of the story, so you guys can highlight and mark on there. That's your copy, so that you guys can take notes and highlight any important parts of the story that you might think are going to be helpful when finding our main idea. All right. Baxter came to live with us on a Baxter came to live with us on a sunny summer day. We were very happy that things worked out that way. Someone found him in a river where he should not have been. Whoever put him there could not have been his friend. He loved to swim. He loved to fish and lie out in the sun. He didn't think that anything could ever be more fun. Napping on the river's edge after feasting on its bounty, men came to capture him. They were sent there from the county. It wasn't Baxter's fault that he wasn't welcome in that river, but in Indiana, well, an alligator, that made people shiver. Moving him that way put him out of the way. That wasn't a very nice place to stay. Baxter was having a very bad day. An alligator found in an Indiana river? Now that was a story that the newsmen wanted to deliver. When he told the story on local TV, that's when Larry happened to see and think to himself, he could live with me. Now Larry's home is different, unusual, some would say. Because when you teach with animals, your home is where they stay. There are critters here, critters there, and room for many more. So finding a place for that gator would never be a chore. The animals at Larry's house are very special indeed. His animals are teachers, not just pets to feed. They travel around Indiana, bringing nature into schools, teaching kids about animals and teaching nature's rules. Baxter thinks his new job, teaching and traveling to schools, was almost as much fun as swimming in his pool. Larry teaches that the animals deserve to have a home, a place to run, a place to roam, a place to call their own. That's probably why 12 gators now live at Larry's home, and Baxter the educator will never be alone. Larry and Baxter are still traveling and teaching kids today, and we are very happy that things worked out that way. The end. This is a picture of them on the back. All right, so you guys have your journals in front of you. You guys have paper and pencil and your highlighters. I want you to look around to your partner or maybe one or two other kids and just take about 10 minutes here and think about what you think the main idea is. I'll be walking around if you guys have any questions, okay? We'll meet back here in about 10 minutes, all right? So like I said, pause the teaching for a moment as I explain this. So in this time, it's just a chance for them to talk to their peers, brainstorm a little bit, see what their peers thought, see if they missed anything. They can ask their peers questions. They can ask me questions, just so that they have a chance to individually ask for help if they need it, while the other kids that may not can take the chance to write down their possible answers or ideas. And then after we meet back up in 10 minutes, I'll decide after walking around the classroom if I need to read it again or if I feel like we can go to the next step of our process.